And we are live with Louis Ashodian.
All
What's
the way
going on, my
live from
friend?
the 215, but we're not in
Except
the 215.
we are not. We are in two separate poles of the earth. That's not true. But where are you, my friend?
Los Angeles, California.
Los Angeles, California. And how's Los Angeles treating you?
Los Angeles is good. It's sunny. It's breezy. I see everywhere there's snow except for LA, pretty much right now. It's my man is in Texas right now. One of my close friends from comedy out here in the Los Angeles community, and he's about to move to Austin, and it's just all snow, and
Right.
all the hotels are closed. It's just power outages, and he's just stranded out there. It's just ass. So I'm
Yeah,
very grateful to be here. I don't know how Peru's going. Sounds like you're still in, or excuse me, you're in southern Ecuador, right?
I'm in Ecuador. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Crossed the border
Uh,
one time.
Hell yeah. And how
But
much
yeah,
longer are you there?
for now, I'm gonna be here about 2 more months, but I
Mm-hmm.
believe that if all works out, I'm gonna go back to Philly, or I'll be back in the States for like 2 weeks, a week in Miami, a week in Philly, and then I would like to come back. This place is extremely beautiful. I love the vibe. The interactions I've had with the people have been mostly blessings, and it feels like a wonderful place to live. So we shall see how that goes. But
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I wanted to, I guess, do a little intro. That this is for the homies. This is a podcast that I just decided to do. I did one with my friend Carmen, and I realized
I
that
know Carmen.
yeah, you know Carmen, and yeah, it's kind of
Garangi.
a Carmen Karanji. He's also a legend in his own right, and
Yeah.
he'll definitely be on this joint at one time. But yeah, I just realized how much like I love talking to my friends and being disconnected because of COVID, disconnected because of in different parts of the world. I just feel like I got a lot of interesting friends with interesting stories that I want to talk to. Like if this joint gets more than three digit views, I'll be happy. Well, honestly, if it gets double digit views, I'll be happy. I just want to have
Man,
some
I'm just
fun.
happy I'm seeing you. This is chill.
Exactly. That's what it really comes down to. I think it's gonna be fun. So yeah, let me get right into it. Like I wanna
Go ahead.
trying to do this thing. Yeah, or like the first thing I think of when I think of the person is the first question I want to ask, which is
Mm,
like you are the biggest rider in the universe that I know. Like you are
it's true.
willing to help people go the extra mile, friends of friends of friends, and like you really give your all to helping people. And I want to know like where does that stem from?
I don't know. I just feel like I've felt stranded, and I could put myself in other people's shoes. Uh, I think I'm empathetic. I think you hear one of the things I hear in LA that sounds so fake that I hear from people all the time is like, I'm an empath, and it's like, all right,
Mm,
word. So that means that you're a sociopath, but you want to seem like you're a good person. Like I feel like you are pretending that you actually feel empathy. Like I just feel like I'm a very empathetic person, and I've been broke, I've been stranded, I've been stuck on the side of a road somewhere, and if I can, help somebody, I feel like the world's a better place for it. I there was a dude the other day. I was running so fucking late. There was a dude the other day in the Ralph's parking lot who needed me to. Ralph's is a grocery store in LA, and I needed to. He's like, "Can you jump my car?" And I was like, "Fuck, I guess I can jump your car." It was more important that this guy got home than me getting to whatever the hell I was doing. I mean, it's all good. You know what? I was 10 minutes late for a drive-in movie or some shit. Who fucking cares? Versus this dude getting home to safely to his house to maybe see his family or whatever. Like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of helping people sometimes comes at the expense of remembering to take care of yourself. But you know what? I feel like as long as you keep sort of, I don't know, being the best person that you can be, you are helping yourself in some ways. Although I personally see that secondary as to actually doing whatever needs to be done. I had that truck, that Tacoma, for a while. I moved so many of my friends and people in that truck who had just no money, like nothing. And it's just like, I mean, that truck's still running. It's got 300,000 plus miles on it. My old man still drives it back in Philly. But yeah, man, I'm always trying to look out. I know you're the same way too.
You are. I am the same way, I would say, but you definitely take it to a whole different extent. And I think it's a beautiful thing. You've helped me in so many ways. Like whenever I've been to LA, you let me borrow your car. Whenever I need help, you like drop anything to come help me. And I know a lot of people that are friends with you feel that same way. And so what do you get out of helping people? Like, what do you receive?
I don't know, the knowledge that they're better off than they were. I mean, maybe I'm making myself a better person, and maybe I'm not. I don't know. I struggle in my head with, are we all the same people all the time, or do people change, or do they not? Do they get better, or are they just the people that they are? Is there self change, or is it just self acceptance?
Right,
I
right,
mean,
right, right.
I feel like I'm in a 12-step program trying to explain this shit. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just personally, I'm just happy people are doing better than they were. I mean, and I just can see myself on the other end, and I have been on the other end so many times that like it doesn't make sense not to stop for somebody, even if I've never met them before.
Right.
I mean, like even today, like I mean, I don't know. So there's a ton of homeless people. I don't know if they like houseless or homeless. I'm gonna go with homeless for now. There's a ton of homeless people in LA. And it's hard to know exactly how you can help because money is limited and government should be taking care of these people, especially if they're veterans. But really, like overall, they should just be taking care of. Like I heard recently that for every homeless person in the United States, there are 23 vacant houses that they can live in.
It
How
makes no
fucked up
sense.
is that? It makes no sense. And also, you and I, not homeless, neither of us own a house. Like,
It's true.
that's wild, right? So, I don't know. I feel like I remember when we were in New Orleans, actually, you gave money to a homeless person, and Tamar, your girlfriend, gives money to homeless people too. Like, just shrugs and says, whatever. I don't know. I personally don't do that just because I'm trying to hold on to my money and use it for things for me. I mean,
Facts.
or for my life. I mean, it's finite, and if as long as I'm not like I don't know, crushing it on or having like a really great job, I don't want to just be giving out my money on the street. But I got this from my friend Katrina. I always try to give bottled water, and lately I buy food for people. Like maybe it's a little different, but I don't know. I see it as like as a better situation. Actually, Steve Aronson, our friend back in Philly, he recently got a job working with the homeless community in Philly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I think he's a good person to expand on this conversation, even though he's pretty new to the job. But I don't know. I just believe in helping people wherever you can, at every point possible. And I think people are so self-important. Dude, you know what? I would, but I got this thing to do, and it's like, yo, it's COVID. Basically, nobody's doing shit. You are full of shit. Like, you really make an excuse for why you can't, do one small act of kindness or something like that. I mean, like somebody asked me to do something, and it was an hour away in bumper to bumper traffic, and it seemed like a big pain in the ass. But I didn't have shit going. It was like a Sunday. Football season hadn't even started yet. Like, literally nothing was going on. Like, okay, maybe I could spend the day with my girlfriend, but you know what? Fuck it. She could come too. Like,
Right.
people make so many excuses for why they can't do a particular thing, and they're all bullshit.
Right. So before next question, can you do me a favor? Try to stay still or more still. I think like you're moving and like the sound is a little. So somehow you cut up. Are we good? Now we good. All right. So next question is sometimes though you are extremely helpful. Sometimes I feel like you go way too far beyond for people like you said that you don't really know, and it ends up like hurting yourself. Like you gotta kind of find that balance, and I think it's extremely important. You gotta help people because I believe that we're all one. If you help others, then you will receive that help one way or another. But what do you have to say about like? Do you feel like you ever like just be doing too much that it hurts yourself?
Maybe. It's hard to say. I don't know. I mean, at one point, I felt like I. I mean, yeah, I don't know. That's a tougher one because it's hard to be able to look at that objectively. I mean, the only way I can really do it is in hindsight, and I don't know. That's kind of hard to, I guess, diagnose. I
That's
don't have a
fine.
good answer for that. But maybe at some points it's harmed me. At certain points, I just feel bad, or like I don't know. I just want to be able to be like to help and to if somebody's going through something, like the least you can do is listen to them. You know,
It's true.
what is really going. And I mean, if I get this all the time in my relationship, but you're not really giving me the advice that I feel like I need. Like I don't know, because I'm so extreme sometimes. She'll be like, my boss is giving me a problem. I'm so bummed out about my boss. I'm like, fuck your boss. Fuck all the people that work there. Like she's like, that's not what I need. Like
If only it
like,
was that simple.
yeah, I know. This is like that's my visceral gut reaction. But so am I hurting myself? There might be some cases where that is true, but I think the overwhelming majority of the time it's a solid no. And not only that, it's the opposite. I'm helping. I'm doing something good for myself, and more importantly, for somebody else. I think.
Right.
Because I'm not
By
jumping
helping
somebody's car because it's helping me. I'm doing it because it's helping them.
That's true.
I
But
hate that
also in
a
a
lot of
way,
my
like,
examples
oh, you
are
got it.
car related, but whatever.
Well, talking about car related, so how many times have you traveled across country, driven across country?
Lost count.
Lost
It's
count.
it's probably in the high 20s.
20s? What? That's so
Yeah,
many, dog. That's
I've
crazy.
probably driven across the country more times than I've had sex with different partners.
Oh my, 20 times, dog? I've done it twice, and like that seems like that's a lot for me.
No,
What's
it's like
the
my favorite thing in the world, man.
all right,
I,
why is that?
I don't know. I just like exploring. I like seeing different places. I want to go to all 50 states. I want to drive to every country I can. I want to drive in every country I can. I mean, I like exploring. I would fucking sub out driving for biking too. Like, I mean, if I got in better shape. uh, but yeah, like, I don't know. There's this girl that you might know her, Althea. She biked across the entire country. She's friends with Lauren Sanders. She biked across the
Damn,
whole country, and she
that's
like
legit.
does marathons and stuff. And it's just like, yo, that sounds awesome. Sounds just so fun.
So yeah, Sounds tough, but oh yeah, also
Maybe,
incredible. Can't
but
imagine doing
I
that
don't
shit.
know.
Biking
It
across the
sounds.
country, cuz?
I bucket list for sure.
For
I'm
real?
not gonna do it on the Shadow Surfer, but or I don't know what your nickname for the bike was. The
I
Schwinn
don't know. The Shadow
that
Surfer.
you
It's
had.
a Schwinn fucking Armstrong, dog.
The Schwinn Armstrong. I love that, man.
Mm.
It's got multiple names like Babe Ruth.
Yeah, I don't think I could. I don't think I could bike across the country. That's a little
You could do it
bit
with
too much
me.
for me.
You don't know.
I don't know about that. Like, I'll probably be down to be honest. I have to be in a good, stable place in my life. There's a lot going on out here. It's a big trip,
Yep.
but you know,
Maybe it would probably take like a month max.
we, we might have to. We might have to ride out to Mexico when we come back to Philly. I know you're fucking with that.
It's funny. I Naomi was talking about driving to Costa Rica, and, and I've always wanted. This is a weird dream of mine that recently got ruined by Lucas. Uh, I've always wanted to drive from North America down to South America and back, and I thought it was possible until
Definitely
recently
not.
when I learned. Yeah, until recently when I learned about the Darien Gap, and it's filled with an indigenous tribe that has just lived there forever. There's no roads, first of all, so practically it doesn't make any sense. And second of all, like they don't like outsiders being there, and they shouldn't. Like, and they'll literally murder you, like if you're there. So, and it's not like Colombian like cartel shit. It's just like, yo, what are you doing over there? Like,
Right. They're throwing spears at you.
no, it's a blow dart, man.
Oh, it's a blow dart. My fault. My fault. Oh, we don't want to
Go
get
to
blow
sleep.
darted. How do you even say that? We don't want to get blown or whatever the fuck that is.
We want to get blown, but we
But
don't want to get blown. You know what I mean? Like,
uh, you're a wild one. But yo, I mean, would you be down to would you be down to drive to Costa Rica?
hell yeah.
Hell yeah, yeah, dog. We gonna
I would drive to drive. I'd be down to drive as far as Panama, which is as far as you can go.
right.
And then you can't go farther than that. And then of course I still had to be like the dude to try to figure out a way. Like, okay, how is it practically possible to
You
drive to
can.
Panama and then to get to South America in the same car? And the way to do that is you need an amphibious vehicle,
Oh
or
shit. You can't. Can't you get like a boat and put your car in the boat?
right, you can put it in like a shipping container in Panama, and they'll take it down to Cartagena, Colombia. Uh,
Cartagena.
you've been to Colombia recently, haven't you?
It was about 3, 4 years ago. Yeah, I've been to Cartagena for sure.
Yeah,
Very interesting
that's like a
place.
beach town, right?
Yes, it is. It's got this like incredible fort that the Spanish built in like God knows 1500s or something. And
Mm.
it's like so there's one section of it, like the tourist section, that's incredibly beautiful. It's like Spanish built and there's this forts and these amazing houses and all this delicious food and beautiful people. And then like tomorrow night we took a bus to go to the next place we're going to, which is Santa Marta. And then once you get out of that wall, it's like it looks rough. It looks like do not want to be caught in the wrong place as a tourist, but that kind of makes sense. That's a lot of places. But yeah, Cartagena was cool. It was like very touristy. So it wasn't
Yeah,
like on one of my top places. I don't feel like I gotta go back to Cartagena.
you're
But
right.
yeah, I think that was my birthday, 2007. We went to Sun Beach tomorrow night, and we ordered this delicious fish, and like they caught it in the ocean earlier that day, and like yo, that might have been the best fish I've
Do you
ever
remember what
tasted.
kind?
I have no idea what kind to be to keep it totally 100.
We'll just
But
have to try all the fishes until we figure it out.
I
Like,
probably
just cook a bunch of fish fresh from the ocean and have like a lazy Susan and just slide fishes around you. Is it this one? No. Is it this one? No. Is it this one? No.
Yo, yeah. Honestly, if I ate it again, I wouldn't know the kind. But I've been eating a lot of fish down here. Been getting that good fat, man. Yeah, like
No,
fish.
that's
That's
not
my shit.
fat. That's protein, man.
Well, it is, but certain fishes also have a lot of good fats, and it's,
In
you know,
in
they got the protein and the
2031,
fat.
you're gonna be a fucking bodybuilder. All this
I'm
fish.
trying to get a little husky, trying to get a little stronger. We shall see. But
Yeah.
it's a lot of, I
Water,
got blockages.
protein powder. I work for a
Nah,
CrossFit gym. No, I'm telling you, that's that shit. I mean,
you
unless they were all doing steroids at home every night, but I don't think they were.
I can't like that shit just seems too unnatural to me. Like what is protein powder even made of? God only
Good
knows.
question. I don't know.
Exactly. Like I can't. I've been
Chocolate
eating
deliciousness?
good. Oh, they got the chocolate kind too. Is that
Yeah, I'm not super husky, but I put on some muscle doing with the protein powder. It works. I mean, I feel like it sort of counterbalances all the fat that we take in a day too. Like, and just water is like amazing. Like, I can't even stress how important water is. None of us are adequately hydrated. You know, we don't want to overhydrate, but like I feel like people are like, what? I don't know. People always talk about weight loss out in LA, and it's like, are you drinking water? No. Like, just try to drink like a few bottles of water a day. You know, I mean,
get that
it's not
filter?
that hard. I mean, yeah, in LA you need filtered water because this shit is not good. I drink bottled water. I know it's not great, but I have crazy ADHD and I lose shit all the time. And if I bought like a metal cool water bottle or whatever, that shit would be gone in a week.
Gone in 60 seconds.
Gone in 60 seconds. That's right.
That's one of the best parts about where I'm at in Ecuador right now is the water is like it's like you can just go to the stream and drink it, and like
What?
that is so rare. Yeah, man, it's like very far away from any major developments or mining or companies, gas companies, big corporations. So yeah, people like clean
That's
water
fucking awesome.
is so rare. It's unbelievable that
It's
like
like
how hard it is.
1% of the clean water in, or 1% of the water supply in the entire world is like fresh water. It's crazy.
Right.
Every time we take a shit in America, it's into fucking not, it's into water that is fresh water. Like, how crazy is that? Like, that's how
That's
much we don't give
God.
a fuck.
Yeah, we've definitely gone very far from our natural roots. And
I don't know.
we gotta
I was
get the
watching this
fuck
show
back.
with I was watching this show with Naran. And they're showing the Philippines, and it's just like they just don't have access to like fresh water. You know, it's islands. Like we take so much shit for granted, and it's so stupid. Anyway,
Yeah. Yeah, I
I
agree.
sound like
It's
a fucking hippie, but it's true.
well, it's very true. And I'm sure like in LA, that's a conversation you probably don't have too much. What's
No,
going on with LA? Like what's up with LA during the pandemic?
the pandemic is really hitting LA pretty hard. I think about 1 in 3 people here have COVID. Uh,
Whoa.
yeah, it's it's pretty bad. Or either have it or have had it. I don't know. Naran's the expert. She just tells me what to watch out for, and then I go out and I wear a mask and I keep the fuck away from people. But honestly, I was trying to keep the fuck away from people anyway. Like, I don't want to hear your bullshit conversation.
Right. Yeah, I remember you
Unless
telling
you're
me. Oh, you got
cool.
it.
No, I was just gonna
So
say unless you're cool, but I don't know. People here are so superficial that it's just like, oh my god, do you think that I'm right for this role? That's like, shut up, like.
yeah, tell me more about that. I remember when I was in LA. I'm gonna be totally honest. You live there. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of LA, just
I
because
know.
it feels very plastic, And like you said, it's can be very difficult to kind of make real friendships.
Yeah.
Can you
Well,
speak
those
on
fake
that?
butts are, eventually they're not going to look very good. Fake titties
Oh
too.
God,
You
yeah, they
know,
won't last.
yeah, get them put in, take them, get them taken out again.
Uh,
Nip, tuck. Nah, it really is like that. You go to Runyon Canyon, and it's all these influencers, and just, I don't know, people who are really very skin deep, and
mm.
you can see it all over their face. Like, producers come all over their face. No, I'm just kidding.
Whoa,
You're
hold up,
like,
hold up,
all
hold
right,
up, hold up, hold up. Getting some technical difficulty. Say something.
you're,
You're all right. We back. I just missed all that, but
that's okay. It's for the best.
all right, not a problem. So all right, so we don't need to know all that. Whatever the fuck you said. Yeah, yo. So give me a. I want a versus. Like, what's I want Philly versus LA. Positives, negatives. What's
Philly is
up?
community, Philly is love. I
Mm,
feel like even if you're, even if you're not from Philly, we've got people who are super close to us that didn't grow up in Philly that we've taken in, and they're part of the fucking family now. Like, you know, I don't know, people that we went to school with, fucking Brady, like Brady's from Tacoma Park, Maryland, and it's just like now he's part of the crew. You know, we uh, you can't do that in LA. I mean, there's just no fucking networking. I don't know. Everybody's trying to sort of like get shit off each other. Where in Philly,
mm,
everybody just sort of wants to be and connect, and it's not to gain anything other than like each other's company, friendship. You know, I mean, it
right.
really is the city of brotherly love. And, people, I'm sure there's a conservative talk radio host listening to this or some shit. And they're like, yeah,
Doubt
but
it.
what about black on black crime or whatever? And it's like, or the murder rate. And it's like, we got that in LA too. Like, it really is exactly the same thing. But really, the connections that you make here are not, uh, everybody's just trying to gain something off each other. It's gross. It's hard to fucking. I mean, even people I consider my close friends, or
Mm,
or like my close friends out here, it's still sort of like they'd throw each other under the bus if it meant getting any job, like a
damn,
$200 a day extra job. Like for real, it really is that bad. Uh,
that's tough.
But there are a few real ones. You've met Jay. He's not
My
interested in
God,
any of that shit. He's just a accountant. Like he's
that's
not
counting.
trying to fuck. Yeah, he's not trying to get cast in anything or fucking put together a reel or some shit. Like I don't know. I don't. The people who really make it, sometimes they deserve it, and a lot of the time they just suck. There's this fucking
Mm,
girl, Jasmine, who is out in LA and tells everybody that she's like this black girl, short, and she tells everybody that she's a lesbian. But all these rumors go around the LA comedy scene that she has sex with guys all the time. It's just the only reason that she'll do it is if the guy can like get her a spot on something. And she's just gone up and up and up. Now I saw something recently where she was interviewing Talib Kweli, and it was just like, what the fuck is happening?
oh
Like,
shit.
yeah, like
Hey, that's
this
definitely a
girl just,
thing.
yeah, it's definitely a thing. I got friends who won't. There's this one comedian who is like pretty. rich or famous. His name's Jeff Ross.
Oh
Recently,
yeah,
he's
I know
come
Jeff
under
Ross.
he's come under fire. He ran the whole roast battle crew for a while, and then turned it into a TV show. You know, the host originally was this guy Brian Moses, who and then Jeff Ross picked it up, and he turned it into Jeff Ross Presents Roast Battle on Comedy Central, and he for sure got paid the most out of it, and but it wouldn't have happened without him. It was kind of a fucked up. I say that he culturally appropriated roast battle. But anyway, a lot of people who are good writers go over to his house to hang out, and fucking Jasmine is always over there and just trying to network and twerk and fuck Jeff Ross and talk about her new baby who nobody knows who the dad is. And
darn.
yeah, but she's doing fine. It's not like she's a single mom struggling. She's a single mom because she wanted to be a single mom,
Right.
Anyway,
Interesting.
I could talk shit on people forever, but my point is there are a million real life examples of how superficial, how fake, and how far people are willing to go to be able to get themselves out there. And I'm just not willing to do all that shit. I just want to, for me, comedy, acting, whatever, is just a journey of self-exploration,
Oh, I like that.
It's just a journey of what I find funny. They have something in comedy that they call, I don't know if you've ever heard this term. Have you ever heard somebody be called a hack?
Oh yeah, definitely a hack. I've heard of hack.
Yeah. Well, the way that comedians define that term is that you're going on stage and you're saying jokes, not that you personally find funny, but that you think the audience will find funny.
Right.
And of course, your relationship with the audience is probably one of the most important things in comedy, if not the most important. But it's also really important that you're out there doing shit that fucking matters to you, that you think is funny, that appeals to you. Otherwise, what the fuck is the point? I could get up and do somebody else's jokes word for word and probably get a fucking standing ovation. But inside, I know it's not mine.
Yeah, that ain't good.
You need to be original to truly, matter. Even
right.
People's knockoff products or whatever will only get them so far, I think.
Yeah, I agree 100%. So that's a good lead segue into you are an aspiring comedian in the LA comedy scene.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about that.
Well, it's really hard lately because most of the comedy takes place on Zoom, or you got to risk going to a fucking open mic, which shouldn't legally be happening during COVID. But of course, since America doesn't really give a shit how much they spread this virus, it's allowed to happen.
Right.
And you risk what happens for a couple people who are mostly just staring at their phone. I mean, open mics be happening. People, put out their shit on the internet sometimes. People pull sketches together, but lately it's just sort of been sitting and writing and the occasional online John. And I haven't really been going out that much. Not really for me. I don't think I mind that much. I think I got a healthy immune system. And, I think if I wear a mask, I'll probably be fine. But fucking, of course, that's really stupid. And I don't suggest that for anybody. But I try to do everything I can to not get COVID because I know that Naran's really scared of it. And she's really important to me. That's my girlfriend. And she's I don't know. She got anxiety. She tried on a sweater in the store. She was like, I fucking have it. I know it. And I was yo, you don't have it from the sweater. Chill. She's like, what if somebody else tried it on too? What happens then? It works. Well, I don't think you have it. It lives on surfaces, but I think it's mostly just in the air. So try not to be in the air. Wait, we all are in the air. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I I feel that.
What
Yeah,
what
it's
have you guys been
honestly.
doing to be able to keep away from it in Ecuador? Is it safe there? How are the numbers?
Oh yeah, Ecuador is definitely one of the lower number countries, but I've just been going to small towns, and in these small towns, it pretty much doesn't exist here. Like, well, more so when I was in Peru, I was in a town of 15,000, excuse me, and like nobody wore masks. I asked about COVID, and like that ain't get here, and they're just not worried about it at all. And right now, I'm like outside of a town of 4,000 people, and it's pretty much the same. Like they'll have their masks. They people rarely wear it. Even like going to a restaurant, they'll kind of act like they're wearing it, but like it seems like it's not really a big deal here. I definitely noticed by doing and talking to people that like it seems to only really be an issue in the big major cities, which is like a big reason why I wanted to get the hell out. When I was in Peru for like 3 weeks, maybe a month, like I didn't wear a mask at all because no one else was wearing masks, and I was just in these like small towns. And then when I went back to the big city, I was like, "Fuck!" Like I don't want to do this anymore. But yeah, it's been the main thing. Like when the couple days that we've been in like airports or on buses, we've just tried to
Yeah.
be as safe as we can. But and really like I trust my health. I trust my body. I've been eating really good. I've been exercising for the most part until I fucked my foot up, which is healing.
What happened?
And that's a whole story. But pretty much like I went up a ladder, and it was like 3:30 a.m. and I was super pissed because one of the Airbnbs we were staying at, there's a birthday party, and like they stopped the music at 2, and then like 20 minutes later a couple people started blasting music again, and like we just hadn't sleep, whatever. Pretty much what ended up happening was like I ended up locking me and Tamar out of our room at like 3:30 or some shit, and there was a balcony. So I found a random ladder. I put the ladder up, and when I was like halfway up, like the wood piece kind of like I kind of broke it pretty much, and the ladder just fell. And I was barefoot, so I landed on the cement, like from like I don't know a couple feet up, and yeah, it healed. I was pissed. Luckily, we like got it right and got back, but
Sprained it? Sprained your ankle?
no, 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 no. I pretty much just like hurt the bottom of my foot, like at the heel and whatever the other part is right beneath the toes, that soft cushy
The
part.
ball of your foot?
Yeah, there you go. I called the ball of the foot. So like it was tough.
The
Like I
balls.
like the balls of the feet. So I didn't walk for a while. We had this amazing farm where it's like these hills and you could see down into the valley. There was a river, and it was kind of salty that I couldn't walk that much. But thank God it healed. I was kind of upset that like, did I just really like seriously injure myself because of some bullshit? But it's doing a lot better now. I feel comfortable, like, and it feels better with
That's good.
shoes. Blase. But yeah. But like in these small towns, like I've been on farms in small towns, they ain't worried about COVID. Like I asked, they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, that don't come here. That ain't here." So when we go to Costa Rica, when the slight chance that we do go to Costa Rica, will be we won't need it unless we get to the big cities. But LA,
The
man, a lot of
foot
people
story.
I've been seeing like
I was
okay.
just gonna say, in the foot breaking story, or not breaking, I'm sorry. You going up the ladder to try to get on the balcony to yell at them to turn down the music?
No. We had already talked to them, and the one lady, well, Tamar had talked to them because she's a fluent Spanish speaker, mostly fluent, and I am
Mm,
still like a beginner. But so
I
she
feel
talked to
you.
them. They were like disrespectful. The one lady like what's up?
No, I was listening. Sorry. Go ahead.
Will we be? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Oh,
I can
okay.
hear you.
You a little choppy on me. I don't know how. Okay, cool. Maybe we can just we'll figure it out. Whatever. But yeah, so we talked to the lady, asked him to turn the music down. She was disrespectful to Tamar, blew a cigarette like in her face. Then Tamar like just straight turned the music down with the knob, and then we walked away. They turned it back up, and then went in back, and like Tamar said something to me. She said she was gonna go like see what room they were in. I didn't hear what she said, and so like she runs out of the room, and I'm like, what did she say? Like, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll wait. I was like, no, I should probably have her back. Like, I don't know what she said, where she's going. So I go out to see where she's
Mhm.
at. I see nothing. Door swings closed. So now the key's inside. So now we're locked out of our room at like 3 a.m., 3:30, and we had a balcony, and the balcony like the door was open. So I took the ladder to climb up to the balcony so we can get back in our room.
Oh, word.
And like a dummy, I didn't ask Tamar for help the first time because I was just angry and pissed and whatever. And so I failed the first time. The second time was successful. And then it actually turned out that like a couple minutes later, it was the woman whose birthday it was had like a freaking meltdown. Like she was freaking out at her boyfriend or her husband, and he called her a chucha, which is like I feel like either bitch or cunt in Ecuadorian slang. And they were
Wait, a
like,
two-timer?
it was like a free for all. She smacked him, and Tamara was like videotaping a two timer. What you mean?
Wait, no, what? He called her a what? What was the insult?
Oh, I believe the word was chucha.
Oh. I don't fucking know what that means. I just was hoping it was like
Which,
something ridiculous and
yeah,
antiquated. But yeah. I'm glad. It sounds like
I
this is
believe.
a fucking reality TV show in Ecuador. Sounds like she kind of like was just a bitch in
Um,
general. I know I'm probably not supposed to say that, but she's the reason you fucked up your foot, so I'll call her what
yeah,
the
I try
fuck
not
I
to say
want.
that word, but yeah, we felt a little better after like she had her meltdown, which sounds horrible because we're like, oh, like she don't got her life together. Like they don't got their life together. They were like, I don't know, late 30s, 40s, like blasting music. Like we're just like, let's not worry about them. Let's try to get the best sleep we can and like get back in
They're in
our rhythm
denial.
and our
Nah,
cycle.
bitch, it's
But
over. No, I'm just
bro,
kidding.
there's a lot of people in denial. All right,
Sorry,
so
go
we're getting
ahead.
a little choppy out here, which that's all right. Like
Sorry.
like I said, they'll probably Strong will probably get like 15 to 30 views. So I got two more questions I want to ask you. The second one
Hit
might
me.
be a bit drawling, but the first one is so you used to buy and sell crops, which for people who don't know are big ass bags of weed way
Oh yeah.
before, like back in the college days. What was
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get this answer, but what was it like to be a trap star?
What was it like to be a trap star? It was just like it's what you make of it. You could be a big drug kingpin and be a dickhead and be like, the price is the price. Come through if you want a tree. All right, now get the fuck out of my house. Don't say shit to the cops or I'll fucking put this lead in your head. Like you could be like that, or you could be like how I was. I don't know. I was just like, oh, my friends are coming over to fucking buy weed. You guys want to smoke weed? All right, you want to buy some weed? Cool. Like, let's hang out. All right, I'll catch up with you soon. It's good to see you, man. How you been living? Like, it is what it is. Like I've heard that recently in Philly is legal. Like, it's I don't know, recreationally or medically legal now. So I mean, the need for what I did doesn't even really exists anymore. Or I guess it always will in some sense, but I don't know. I feel like selling weed was like one of the most fun times of my life because it was just another good excuse to hang out with my friends and see people and check up on
Mm.
people. I'm naturally inclined towards community, and my community in Philly meant everything to me. So I feel like it
Right.
just was sort of an expansion on that. You could be that dickhead who, carries a gun and, and treats everybody all harshly and shit, but at the end of the day, it's weed. It's chill. It's friendship. So why does it got to be more complicated than that?
I mean, I guess it doesn't. But well, on the other hand, I do know people who've like gotten large quantities of it stolen from them. Um,
Yeah,
one
because they were
example
willing to
because
sell to
of some
fucking
dickhead.
shady ass people in the first place. I sold to my friends. But yeah, no, I
Right.
want to hear about
You sure did. You definitely hooked me up.
the story that you were saying. I'm sorry. Keep going.
Oh, that story. Oh, that's a fucked up story. Yeah.
Please.
So, I'll tell it. Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? That was Park Ave days, and back that was what
Best
junior year of
time.
college
Yeah.
when we had a party house, and it was me, Malk, Naya, Deuce, Kenny, and Marcelo, which is hilarious. And one of the six, we don't need to say who, uh, had a large would like get bud from Cali, like a large amount, amazing stuff. Sold some other stuff. Like he was like supplying the block. It was like a college party block, and we unfortunately we let Drez sleep on the couch for a period of time, which and thanks to Marcelo like tried to like do a deal where he'd get some money to live in his room. We just let Drez live on the couch, which was the wrong decision. And fucking Drez worked at Fresh Grocer. That was like some college bullshit. And Drez worked at Fresh Grocer, and he told like some of his coworkers, like three dudes who lived in North Philly, about the situation that like his roommate had butt out, brought him over the house without letting us know, brought him in the room, and like pretty much they came in, said they want some large amount, saw it, and was like, "Oh no, we actually want this little bit of amount left." And then the next day, I guess they knew we were having a party because of Drez, and they pretty much during the party came in, stole a bunch of weed, even went into Marcelo's room and stole the freaking safe. So stole the money that we made from the party, and one of the roommates lost a large quantity of weed. I feel like they stole a lot of his video game. They might have stole like the PlayStation. Definitely stole the games.
Yo.
Stole a bunch of money. And like I remember that specific party, I took some X, and I had a freaking meltdown. Like I was
I think I
like,
heard about this.
yeah, I remember I was in the basement like throwing around trash cans and just freaking out. And I was super mad at Drez and Marcelo for letting these people in the room where the money was. Like that's ridiculous. But that was the last Park Ave party, which it kind of like not that way, but those parties needed to end. We had like 15 parties in one semester. They were insane.
My favorite Park Ave party was an ABC party that
Oh my
was
god.
up there, and I showed up in what, like a toga or some shit,
Yeah,
and then I
yeah.
got there and like a few people were doing the ABC thing, and everybody else is just in jeans and t-shirts. Like, and I brought this girl who I was hooking up with, and she was in a wrapping paper dress, which I did not get to unwrap later.
Yeah, I know.
But
I'm aware. Do you know? Wait, I'm gonna draw. Do you remember?
that was not the same party as this. I know what you're about to say,
No, it
but you can
definitely
tell that
was,
story in a
bro.
second. All right,
I'm no,
maybe.
I'm pretty sure that. So that was another. Yo, Dredge. Like if we didn't let Dredge in the house, things would have went so smooth, but
I
way more
know.
smooth.
Drez was the Phil Lindy of Park Ave, dog.
Um, my God. But so that specific party, like me and Naya always handled the jungle juice. We would make like different kinds and we experiment. And that for specific time, I think we were experimenting with Kool-Aid to see like what it'd be
Yeah,
like.
it was
And like so
just Kool-Aid and fucking Everclear, dog.
yeah,
It was fucked up.
it wasn't Everclear, but it was vodka. But like I remember like I had to make the next batch. And like I was about to start making the next batch of jungle juice, and someone came to me like, "Yo, Ian, like there's this fight. You gotta do like something. What happened? I forget exactly what it was, but I was like, oh shit! Like I was like, yo, Drez, like we're out of jungle juice. You make this jungle juice." And he had been there, like he should have known. I guess I should have told him more. But my guy didn't use any water. Like it was like we
Yep.
make like 60-70% water, whatever percent alcohol, whatever percent juice, probably maybe a little less. I forget the percentages, but he didn't use any water in the jungle juice, and like people were dead. Like I remember there's this one, there's this one like there's this chubby Hispanic dude who like was like in his like head was like in the toilet throwing up, and like nobody could get him out. Like 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 four people were trying to carry him and it was just could not get him out. I had a horrible reminder on my rug in my my hallway for the remainder of the semester. There was this like bright red spot that someone just threw up, could not get out. And like I remember one of our friends, like it was a for Margie and Stephania's birthday, and like
Oh,
one of them like didn't make it past 11 o'clock. No, not gonna say which one. 50%. Um,
we know which one.
yeah, we know. We don't got, yeah, but yeah. So that night was nuts. But I remember the next morning waking up and like I woke up early, ate for some reason, and just like felt like a little hungover. Stepped outside, and there were three people passed out on the couch outside, and it was you were in the middle in your toga, and it was definitely that night because you were in a toga, and there were two Hispanic dudes next to you, and like both of y'all were just passed out asleep 8 a.m. Like you slept on my porch that night, and I
This is the
definitely
part of the story you don't know is we all fucked each other. It was crazy.
yo you're drawing. Oh man, you're getting choppy on me. But yeah, that was definitely a night in history. Um, the ABC party.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I,
man.
I was gonna say about the jungle juice too, because I remember the girl I was with was like, "Yo, this is just all Kool-Aid mix and fucking alcohol. There's no nothing in it." And I
Bro,
was
it was
like,
just straight.
"Shut up, we'll be fine." We were not fine.
Bro, yo, when I tasted it, it was disgusting. I was like, yo, like, oh my, and I got to it late. Like, I did like it was like a lot. Like, I feel like I was like, oh, we can't let people drink this anymore. Like, I had to like remove it. Like, I probably should have just added water, but I was smacked. Um,
Probably.
but yeah, no, I'll never
People
forget.
got
It was
so
definitely
scientific about their jungle juice, man. People used to mix it in bathtubs. I remember they had like a temple juice that was like you take a whole thing of powdered lemonade and you take like a whole case of beer and you pour that in and you pour in Everclear and you pour in like Kool-Aid mix like and then they like take like a paddle and fucking mix the whole thing up and serve it at the bathtub. Like
yeah. That
shit was
There was a lot of wild
drawing.
shit going on. I remember Naya had it down to a science. Like when we like, we got sloppy like after we had a couple successful parties and like it because everything it just became a free for all. But like the first couple parties, like when we were really trying to throw great parties, like we had different kinds. We had the blue juice and the orange juice, and like we would have people reaching out to us to have parties. Oh, I don't even need to speak about that. Well, yeah, um, my guy Lou.
Tell me later.
Yeah. I don't think I need to bring that story up to the situation.
I think you
But
really do, but it's all good.
well, okay. Do you remember any other parties from Park Ave?
Fuck yeah, there were a ton.
Oh, and he's okay. Yeah.
Specifically, no. I just remember showing up, dancing in the basement, having a great time. But I remember not just going to the ABC party. You know.
Cool. Right.
Which one
Cool.
were you going to talk about?
Yeah, man. I could reminisce about that for days. I was gonna talk about the topless party.
Didn't go.
Didn't make that one. Yeah,
Nah.
that was a thing. That was definitely a
I've
thing.
never seen free titties in my life.
Right. If I ever, I'm trying to see who. If I ever, I'm definitely gonna have Jamel on here, but we'll talk. Maybe we'll talk about that one time. But yo, we almost hitting the hour. Uh,
All
it's
right.
been. I love you. I love you. I love you. So yo,
I love you too, bro. What's the other
nah, but
question?
I want to see. Actually, I'm not gonna do that to you. What's your future looking
No,
like,
it's all
man?
good.
You got any
No, it's all
plans?
good. Do the other question.
Okay. This is
I'll be okay.
This comes from one of the homies. You may know who. They said it's been said that you are a mix between Mr. Bean and Kramer from Seinfeld. What say you?
Way less racist.
Way less. Oh shit! Forgot about that.
No, I don't know. I fucking love Rowan Atkinson, and I love Kramer. You know, up until he fucked up. It's hard because you like people who are on TV, and then they make these big, life-changing, career-ending mistakes, and you're like watching Seinfeld, and you're like, fucking, that shit was hilarious, but I'm not supposed to laugh because it's fucking Kramer, you know? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I accept that characterization. I like it. I don't know who said it, but I fuck with you.
Word. Yo, what's up with you got any like future plans or you just gonna ride out LA?
Future
What's up?
plans.
What's the
Duran
future
talks about
looking
moving
like
to New
for you?
York sometime. I don't
New
know.
York.
I was probably gonna pull a U and figure out how college might work for me. I don't know. I never finished,
Right.
as everybody knows. So I don't know, but yeah, it should be good. We talk about going to New York. Duran says she'd be willing to move to Philly. Sometimes when she's really in her like most sad, she talks about moving to just back to Toronto, back with her family. I get that. So I don't know. I think TBD.
TBC.
But I think we have a couple ideas. I'm not sure.
Cool. Well,
What
yeah,
about you?
I like that Canada move. I think Canada might be a little better than USA.
Yeah, it's true. Although there
Yeah,
was
well,
this website, I don't know if you remember stuff white people like, uh, and it's like a long list of things white people like, including like black music that black people don't listen to, coffee, tea, most deaf, and then there, and then what was the one? Shit. Damn. What were we just talking about? I'm sorry, I lost it.
yo, honestly, you cutting out on me. I don't know what
Fuck.
the quality people you getting me like but it's okay, man. I wasn't expecting this to be the highest quality of things. We just started to have some fun, and we'll see where it goes with it. But
Yeah.
yeah,
The one I remember was threatening to move to Canada.
oh yeah, yo,
Yeah.
honestly, like
So
I was
sorry.
thinking about moving to Canada for sure, but you know, Tamar does not do well with the cold, and
Yeah.
you need a warm climate, so Canada's not gonna work. But
Do
yeah, actually,
sublease for 3 months in like Toronto or Vancouver or something.
I'll keep my. You know what I
And you
really
could do
like?
it in the summer.
Yeah, they'll definitely have to be in the summer. Do you know about Calgary?
Yeah. I know about Calgary.
Yeah, if I went to Canada, I'll go to Calgary, definitely.
Hell yeah.
I have a friend of mine I met in Bangkok, who she was born and raised in Calgary, and I also have a friend, um, who yeah, he's thinking about moving to Calgary. I don't want to like put his shit out there because that's a reason. Whatever, doesn't matter.
All
But
good.
I'm really hoping that he moves to Calgary, and he's a native Spanish speaker, and she has some friends who are Spanish speakers in Calgary, and everything they've told me, it just seems like a nice small city. Um, Not the best climate, but like just a good place to live. So I'll definitely that's where I would go if I were to go to Canada, but I don't think I'm going to Canada.
We'll see, man. You never know what the future holds.
You never know what the future holds. That is one thing that is all facts, and I
But
think
it
we both
sounds
can
like you're
attest.
making the most of your present right now, and I hope you guys really enjoy your travels. Ecuador sounds
Ye-
amazing. I wish I could be there with you.
Yeah, man. We're trying to make the best of it. It's definitely some ups and some downs. It has not been
I
a
know.
total smooth ride, but it's a chance to evolve and just and I thrive off of new scenarios sometimes to a fault. Normality kind of starts to freak me out a little bit. At some point, I do need to settle a bit more, which I'm hoping Ecuador potentially can be a place. I lived in cities for 30 years of my life, so I'm definitely exploring living in a small town or a farm life, and I've really been enjoying that. But it's a whole different lifestyle, and there's a lot of adjustments that need to be made, and just you gotta go full force, and I gotta get my motivation up, become like really find myself. It's a whole thing, but there's been some struggles, but
We'll keep looking.
I think I think there's definitely a deeper purpose behind it, as is everything, and
Mhm.
we shall see, man. We shall see. But Louie the legend, I appreciate you. This was cool.
I
The
appreciate you,
first
brother.
first ever episode. And yeah, man, let's stay in touch as we do. And
Sounds good.
holla at me, man.
Thanks for
Love
listening,
you.
everybody. Love you too, man.
Yeah,
Peace.
peace. Hopefully the technical difficulties weren't too crazy. And
Nah,
we out of
all good.
here for the homies. Peace.